16 to 32, I actually was what you called a functioning agoraphobic. I had a trigger incident when I was 16, which I know about. I did a lot of psychotherapy. I'm very open about this. I had a counselor I went to on a regular basis. And so this trigger incident basically had caused all the anxiety that I had been experiencing already in my life as a 16-year-old, had kind of made me snap. And it was a domino effect. Everything kind of took over my life. And basically by the age, I think of, somebody tell me if my extensions are out, by the way, okay? I know, I'm pretty, but I'm not this pretty when I wake up. So, so basically, where was I? So I would probably say by the age of 20, because of this domino effect, I was what you called a functioning agoraphobic. So I actually could only function within the city limits in our beautiful, lovely little city of Guelph. I couldn't actually travel further than that. I would have a panic attack if I was in the car any longer than 15 to 20 minutes. And it was very hard. I basically lived in what I used to call a metaphorical fishbowl. I could only go within the limits. I was in a hamster cage. But I decided, actually it was kind of funny, as I was growing up in my late teens, I used to sit in my room when I wasn't able to go out on dates or go out with friends or go to prom or anything like that. I would sit in front of the mirror and the TV and I would do my makeup, take it off, do my makeup, take it off. So I was actually a self-taught makeup artist. So when I was able to actually kind of reintegrate into society and kind of get like a part-time job, full-time job, I became a full-time freelance makeup artist. I was very lucky. I had a wonderful life. I had built a wonderful life for myself despite all of kind of the issues that I had. Yeah, I just had a lot of hurdles to go through, but I was a makeup artist. And here's the thing. I was a makeup artist because, and I found a lot of healing in what I did, because every day I was able to help somebody feel beautiful about who they were inside. I was able to help somebody see the beauty in who they were that they weren't able to recognize. And through that, I actually found a lot of healing because I was able to see the beauty that was in my life that I wasn't focused on, because I was dealing with daily panic attacks. I was dealing with not being able to go on vacation. Just to kind of explain, it has been, I think the last time I stepped foot on a beach, I was 14 years old. So I wasn't able to go on vacations. I wasn't able to date. God, try to explain to the man that you're meeting that you can't sit in a crowded movie theater, you can't eat in restaurants, you aren't able to go to Toronto with him for a romantic weekend. Dating was just a no-go, and look like this and date. That is not easy. I am lucky. I was blessed with my mother's good looks. She's beautiful, but I had a lot of hurdles to go through. I wasn't able to really experience life that a 20-year-old was supposed to experience. And I spent a lot of my time trying not to be angry about that and trying to give back to other people, because in turn, they gave back to me. So now that I'm losing my spot, and basically that is kind of the synopsis of everything. Now, the reason that I changed my mind is because I have spent many, many years public speaking and saying, yeah, I'm going to be inspiring to others by telling you exactly what I've dealt with. I'm going to help other people deal with what they deal with just by showing them that every day is not easy for me. It's a struggle for me. But everything changed 2 years ago. And instead of being inspiring tonight, I actually want to give a little bit of hope. And so I kind of want to give somebody in this room, a little bit of hope that the impossible is actually possible. So I'm going to instead change the title of what this is to the weekend that the metaphorical fishbowl shattered. And basically the weekend that my life I started to recover from everything. And just kind of it came in the most unexpected and undesirable way. But it was such a blessing. It was such a blessing. So basically, where do I start? I'm going to give you my life. Let's rewind to 2017, okay? I'm going to give you my life in Instagram or social media terms, because I really feel like it's important in this day and age. Everybody looks at their life or somebody else's life from a picture, and we judge each other's lives by what we see. So I'm going to give you the synopsis of what my life was like from what you would see from social media. Okay, I was a freelance makeup artist. I owned a very successful business. I was, #1 in the city for a really long time. I think it was 5-6 years running. Thank you. I also had created a 10-week program for Upper Grand District School Board. I taught. I had a wonderful friend group that I had known for longer than a decade. I had just started seeing a wonderful man that I was falling in love with. I was 145 pounds. I had a thigh gap and I was a size 7. So as a comparison, right now I'm 185. So yes.
And you look amazing.
Thank you. For the record, I did just tell an entire room full of people how much I weigh. But you know what? Honestly, I have definitely learned a lot in my life, and I know that I am beautiful anyway. So anyways, that is the social media version of my life. Now, in reality, I was having panic attacks 3 to 4 times a day. Or you know what? It was more like high levels of anxiety and then full-fledged panic attacks about 4 to 5 times a week. The group of friends that I had for over a decade were awful and incestuous, and they treated me like garbage, and I got walked all over. What else? My freelance business was fantastic, yes, but the day before a wedding that I booked every weekend, I would book 2 years in advance. I couldn't sleep because I was so anxious. So I was losing out on sleep. I was smoking about a pack a day. I quit 2 years ago. You'll know why. And basically, I was living off Red Bulls. I couldn't eat. That's why I was 145 pounds, because my PTSD caused me to stop eating. And the wonderful man that I fell in love with was sleeping with somebody else. So I was about to find this all out. So this is where the recovery started, because I have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Over the course of that summer, basically, I started getting a lot of chest pains. And this is the part I haven't rehearsed. This is actually the part that I'm just going to be genuine with you about. I started getting a lot of chest pains. I couldn't eat. Basically, my anxiety was just through the roof, and I was destroying my body. But it was the only way I could function and be in society and have my business. And so I was actually, the next day, in my part of incestuous group of friends, somebody was actually getting married, and I had told them I was going to do their makeup as a wedding gift for them. And this was a Friday night, and I was going to a friend's house to celebrate the wedding that was coming prior, and I was driving. And I was like, something isn't right. And I detoured from my parents' house. Now, I'm a 32-year-old single woman. My parents, thank God I have the parents I have. I got there, and my mother was actually a hairstylist. She had a perm on. And she sat there with me as I basically stopped breathing. And I was about 45 minutes. She sat there and breathed with me and breathed with me. And from this point forward, I ended up having to spend the month at my parents' house. I broke up with all of my friends. I couldn't smoke because anything that hindered my smoking basically made everything worse. And I started from scratch. I shed everything. And I don't making friends at 34 is not very easy, but is 100% worth it. So if I can inspire somebody today, it's to basically, if you are having issues, shed everything that you think is yourself, that you've built up to be yourself. Let it all go. Because if you would have said to me 2 years ago that I wouldn't have the friends that I have, I wouldn't have the job that I have, I literally gave up my business, I gave up my friends, and I gave up everything, and I would do it all over again, because I'm a completely different person today, and I was able to go to the Allura Mill for dinner for the first time ever last week. And I'm able to travel a lot more now. So thank you so much for listening to my story. I really wish that I could share a lot more details with you, but unfortunately I can't. But yeah, thank you for listening to me talk tonight.